Hi, welcome to this week's video. Guys, I wanted to let you know that you've made me feel like the undisputed queen of wow. Not that I deserve it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be self-deprecating. I guess what I'm trying to do is to emphasize your complete and utter awesomeness. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for all the thumbs up, for your support and engagement. You guys rock. And I am really looking forward to our meetings face to face as opposed to computer screen to computer screen. KKK, back to business. The video is sponsored by this lovely fellow. Ladies and gents, let me introduce CARDIOMYOCYTE, aka heart muscle cell. The word cardio meaning heart, myo meaning muscle, and the suffix cyte meaning cell. He's cute and he knows it. And he's got a heartbeat sound chip inside. Remember, your heart keeps you alive, body and soul. So learn what makes it tick. I know exactly what makes my heart tick. It's teaching, live, in my classroom, where magic happens. But it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get on with today's video. Today, we're gonna take a look at some medical terminology and its derivation. You'll find that discovering the etymology of medical terms can be fun, and perhaps more importantly, it helps you remember. We've mentioned the heart, so now it's time to talk about blood vessels. Let's start with arteries. What do they do for you? All arteries except the pulmonary artery carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the body. What does artery mean in Latin? It means air holder. Why? Because with the last contraction of the heart, the blood goes out through all the arteries. So the first anatomists, who only had dead bodies to look at, saw that cadavers had no blood in the arteries, and they figured that those vessels held air. Think about it next time you're in your anatomy class. Moving on to the next term, which is carotid. Carotid arteries are the two key arteries located in the front of the neck through which blood from the heart goes to the brain. So what does carotid mean? It means stupor or deep sleep. It was Aristotle, if I remember correctly, who first noted that compression on both carotids could induce a stupor. So never take your pulse from your carotid arteries. Take it from the radial artery in the groove of the wrist on the thumb side. This way, you don't cut the brain supply. The next term on our list is muscle. The name comes from the Latin word musculus, which means little mouse. Why are muscles called little mice? Before I tell you, can you please roll up your sleeve and come up to the mirror and flex your biceps brachii? Have you noticed the mouse running along your arm? So, one explanation has it that the movement of the contracting muscle under the skin is reminiscent of a mouse moving beneath a rug. Now, that was a huge rat, but you get the idea. Let's take another term. Let's take the uterus. The common name for the uterus is womb. And it's the part of the female reproductive tract that is specialized to allow the embryo to become implanted in its inner wall and to nourish the growing fetus. And what does uterus mean? Hysteria. Yeah, that's what the early anatomists thought. Hence hysterectomy, an operation to remove the uterus. The last two terms on my list are to do with the digestive system. Duodenum is the first part of the small intestine, and it is also a common site for peptic ulcer formation. What does it mean? It means 12 fingers. You put 12 fingers side by side and you have approximately 25 centimeters or 10 inches, which is roughly the length of the duodenum. The duodenum precedes the jejunum, which makes up the middle portion or the second division of the small intestine. The name jejunum derives from Latin and it means empty at death. So the early anatomists noticed that after death, this part of the intestine was empty or void of food due to its intensive peristaltic activity relative to the duodenum, for instance. Let me remind you that today's video has been brought to you by the lovely CARDIOMYOCYTE. That's it for today. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you guys soon.